Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back and I am giving you shoulders and a little bit of guns because we're in the gym, we're working out, and I am really feeling good and I'm enjoying the final days of summer. I'm wearing a bright, colorful look. You know the vibes. You know I am definitely feeling it today and I am so excited to share this video with you guys. Alright, so you already know from the title of what we're talking about, right? I was recently asked to try out Westman Atelier. Now, Westman Atelier is a luxury brand, okay? It is available at Sephora and Bergdorf Goodman. It is pricey, it is luxury, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test them out. I'm gonna see just what they're about and if they are worth you guys checking out as well. Now, I didn't pick up every single product that they have available to try out. I only picked up products that really called out to me and that I was intrigued by. They do have eyeshadow trios, which are $88 a pop. Remember, these are luxury products. They have luxury prices. And for me, they're just some products that never are going to be worth it to me. An eyeshadow trio to me that's $88, it's never gonna be worth it. Yeah, they look beautiful. I'm sure they perform well, but they're neutral eyeshadows. I have those a dime a dozen, so I'm not interested in those. They also have a mascara that's $58 and I'm like, absolutely not. I would not be caught dead spending that much on a mascara. I don't care what you have in the ingredient list. There's no way that I'm spending $58 on a mascara. And they also have brushes available. I'm not interested in their brushes. I have a huge brush collection, so I didn't think it was wise for me to buy any of their brushes. They also have like a lip suede palette available. I don't get into lip palettes, so that wasn't interesting to me. And they have a liquid lip balm for $38. Also not gonna pick up, but I'm still going to be testing out quite a few of their products in this video. I have the foundation. Of course, you have to test out the foundation, and that also doubles as a concealer. They also have a cream contour stick. I also picked that up, as well as their powder bronzer, which is a butter bronzer, which sounds very intriguing. They have two shades of that. I picked up the deepest shade. I also have one of their twist up balm highlighters. That one was a little intriguing. I was a little bit interested. You may see on my cheeks I'm glowing. We're gonna get into that shortly. And I also have one of their cream highlighters that is in a compact form. So we have quite a few products to get through. And also one of their cream blushes. So we're gonna test out all their face products today. I'm gonna walk you through all the details of each of the products as we apply them, and I will give you swatches and show you them up close. I will give you the price point and the size and information, and then of course we'll apply them to my skin, and at the end I will wrap up with my final thoughts. So let's go ahead and just do an overview of the brand before we jump into the demonstration. I will leave timestamps down below so you can navigate this video and jump around in case you're interested in one or just a few points of this video. So let's go ahead and jump into Westman Atelier. Like I mentioned in the introduction, Westman Atelier is a luxury brand. It's a very high-end makeup line that is available at westmanatelier.com, as well as Bergdorf Goodman. You can find it online on the Bergdorf Goodman website as well as in store. And it is available also online through Sephora, which is where I picked my products up. The price point ranges from $38 for their liquid lip balm and some of their smaller eyeshadow brushes, upwards to $125 for their most expensive face brush, but most of the price points fall in between. So their bronzer is like $75, their cream highlight is $75, which is still very pricey. Their eyeshadow trios, like I mentioned before, $88. Their mascara is $58. So you're looking at a pretty luxurious price point that puts it in line with Tom Ford. That's the price point that I say it best aligns with. It doesn't quite line up with Chanel and Yves Saint Laurent and Dior and Gucci, which tend to have a cheaper price point, but they're still high-end luxury prices. This one is definitely closer to those Tom Ford price points. Now, what makes Westman Atelier a little bit different from these other luxury brands is that they are focused on clean beauty, a trend that we have seen in the last few years. So it says on their website, "We believe in clean beauty." That means luxurious, effortlessly beautiful makeup makeup formulated with clean ingredients and no compromises integrity. Balanced in perfect shades and buttery textures that melt into the skin with plant-based actives and cutting-edge science. A passionate commitment to researching and reassessing our ingredients as new information comes to light. So under their clean ingredients tab, it says, we believe makeup should do more than enhance. It should calm, replenish, and balance. Westman Atelier ingredients are thoughtfully curated by Gucci. Keep that in mind. So the ingredients are thoughtfully curated by Gucci in the lab alongside the very best chemists to create skin nourishing, clean makeup that uses potent actives at clinically proven efficacy levels and performs at the highest possible standard. We work only with formulators we know and trust, and we rigorously research what goes into each product. That means we're always learning and evolving. And I actually like that mission behind the brand, that they're constantly improving their ingredients and formulations, they're using the best ingredients, and they're working with formulators that they know and trust, and they're doing their research. It also says that Westman Atelier's ongoing mission is to craft clean, safe, impactful products that are good for you and the planet. Another great mission to have. So it says we're in constant search for performance-driven, sustainable materials. Key to note, I love that. We collaborate with the most innovative labs, artisans, and technologies to reduce our environmental footprint. We're not perfect, but we're 100% committed to making sustainable choices whenever and wherever possible within our clean beauty packaging. They have a clean beauty promise that says we strive to be as absolutely natural as we can be, but we also want our products to work. If a synthetic ingredient is necessary in a specific instant, we will make sure it is thoroughly, safely vetted and approved. We'll always be completely transparent about our formulations, which meet the European Union's rigorous standards for clean beauty, so you can feel good about your skin from the inside out. That is also something critical to note, because the standards in the EU for formulations is a lot more stringent than the FDA here in the US. So you can rest assured that some of the sketchy ingredients that are allowed by the FDA in the US won't be included in these formulations, because some of these ingredients, honestly, they have a sketchy reputation and they shouldn't be included in these formulations anyway. So all their products are formulated without parabens, sulfates, PEGs, phthalates, formaldehyde donors, mineral oil, BHA, BHT, hydroquinone, mercury and mercury compounds, thank God, retinol, interesting, gluten, there's no animal testing. It also says silicone, but there's an asterisk next to it that says less than 1% of silicones found in Baby Cheeks blush, Face Trace contour, and Beauty Butter bronzer as a part of a biomimicry technology system to protect skin. And you can read more on their website. Now remember when I said the ingredients are carefully curated by Gucci in the lab? That Gucci is not the fashion brand that we know, Gucci, that also now has their own makeup line. So it's not affiliated with that brand at all. It's actually Gucci Westman. She is the founder of the brand, and she worked with Lancôme. She is a well-known makeup artist, but she is not affiliated with Gucci, the fashion brand, at all. So that's something that I found a little misleading, because I'm like, who is Gucci? What? Are they Gucci? No, they're not Gucci, all right? Now, with all that brand information out of the way, let's go ahead and get into the actual products and the demonstration. I'm going to apply these to my skin. I'm going to show you them up close, like I said. So let's go ahead and jump right into that. So I already have my brows on and a half eyeshadow look. This will not be included as a part of this video, but it will be coming up, so stay tuned for that. But other than that, my face is completely bare, freshly washed. I have no moisturizer on and no primer, so I'm actually gonna go in with a moisturizing primer. This is from Gucci. It is their Silk Priming Serum, and for me, it's a little bit of a moisturizer and a primer in one, so I'm just gonna apply that all over my skin, not too much, but we're just going to prep the skin with this product. I did not see a priming product from Westman Atelier, hence I'm not using a primer from them, but this is a nice simple primer that I have been enjoying that doesn't interfere with foundations or any other products that I've used, and it helps to add a little bit of hydration to my skin without making me look greasy. So I'm just gonna press that into the skin and let it fully absorb. So for the Westman Atelier products, we're gonna start out with the foundation. This is called their Vital Skin Foundation Stick. It retails for $68 and contains a net weight of 0.31 ounce or 9 grams of product. And it is available in 21 shades. This product is made in Italy and has an intended usage life of 18 months. I went ahead and picked up 2 of the shades. So I picked up shade Atelier XI or X1. It's in Roman numerals. So this is described as a warm toffee caramel with neutral undertones. And I also have shade Atelier XII or Atelier XII. And this is described as a deep caramel with neutral undertones. So I went with shades that were described as more of a caramel base, which leans on the warm golden side with a neutral undertone, which is almost an exact description of my shade matches in other foundations. So I thought these shades would work out perfectly for me. So it says here, this foundation is a clean, high performance cream foundation and concealer stick packed with nourishing ingredients for a radiant second skin natural finish. In addition, it says, the insider's secret to distractingly good skin, this plant-powered vegan formula melts on contact for buildable medium to full coverage and complexion that is fresh, nourished, and flawless. Vital Skin combats redness and soothes and visibly evens tone while boosting moisture. It's your skin naturally enhanced. So there's some highlighted ingredients here. It says it has vegetable-derived squalene, which helps prevent moisture loss. It also has phytofingosine, which has skin-soothing and calming properties. And I went ahead and looked this ingredient up. It says it's used in makeup to support your skin's barrier function, and it has antimicrobial and anti-inflammatory properties, so hence it's soothing and calming. And then the last highlighted ingredient is Berry Flux Vita, which has hydration boosting and youth preserving properties. This product is declared as vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free. Now, as for the suggested usage, it says that you should use at least 2 foundation shades to mimic the tone variations of real skin, slightly lighter under the eyes and skin tone matched everywhere else. You should prep your skin with moisturizer, apply the Vital Skin Foundation Stick directly to the face, use your fingers to pat onto the skin, and for a more refined finish, use a foundation brush to apply and blend into the skin. You can add to the center of the face and blend outward for a brighter, more open complexion. And to use as a concealer, you can use a shade that's 1 or 2 shades lighter than your Vital Skin Foundation. Apply under the eye and sweep in an upward motion toward the end of the eye. So like I said, I picked up 2 of the shades, and the skin tone match that I have is number 11. And I'm going to apply it directly to my skin as they indicate. You can't even see it on my skin. Oh my God, let me zoom in a little bit so you can see as I apply the product. But this is such a great match. Like, the undertone is perfect. It is a caramel shade, but it has a little, I don't know how much I should be applying. I probably should stop there. I'll just put a little bit in my forehead area. The undertone looks really good, but we're gonna blend and see how this goes, and I'm going to use a brush for this. I'm using the Pinnacle Foundation brush from Anissa Beauty, which is a synthetic brush, and I absolutely love this for foundation. So I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this product out. Swiping it on, it feels very comfortable. It feels very lightweight. It doesn't feel too thick at all. Let me actually touch it. Yeah, it doesn't feel thick at all. It's a very creamy formula, so it didn't drag on my skin as I was applying it. It just glided on, but it didn't feel too slippy. You know how you have some cream foundations that just are too emollient? And for my oily skin, I don't need a product that is gonna be too emollient at all. This is blending like butter. Wow. Ooh, yes. So putting on that much, I was expecting it to be a little bit too cakey, but so far it's gliding on and blending out really easily and effortlessly. And I do consider this to have a more medium coverage. It has covered up some of my hyperpigmentation, like around my mouth. Let me add a little bit more because I'm also using this as a concealer. I'll put a little bit more. Oops, I'm using the wrong shade. Ooh, no. I'm gonna need to go over that a little bit. Oops, 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 oops. I put the darker shade on, so I'm gonna need to go over that with the lighter shade. Hopefully that doesn't mess anything up, but it just, look, it builds up and covers up. Like I had a little bit of scarring around my mouth. It applies really well. It's not a full coverage. I would not consider it full coverage, but it definitely is a solid medium coverage. And it blended so nicely. Oh, yes, baby. So now as a concealer under my eyes, I'm gonna go in with my angled concealer brush, also from Anissa Beauty. I love this concealer brush, and we're just gonna blend that product under our eyes. And I think it's blending pretty nicely. It's not dragging. It feels very comfortable. Like the brush is soft and everything, but the product as well. It feels very soft under the eyes. So it's almost like a skincare product, and it's gliding pretty effortlessly. I'll just go around the bridge of my nose and in between my brows. Ooh, yes. Now I'm going to set this with powder, but I want you to see the finish on my skin up close. So here you have it. Isn't that pretty? Is that just me? It looks so pretty. I can't tell that I'm wearing foundation. It doesn't look cakey or crepey at all. Even where I built it up, it's not settling into any lines under my eyes. That feels very nice on the skin. And I want to make sure that I'm blending out any creasing under my eyes before I go in with powder. But I'm not having any issues. Like, this looks so beautiful. It looks like second skin. All right, let's go in with some powder under my eyes. I'm just gonna use my Kosas Cloud Set powder on my sponge and go directly under my eyes. Now, since we're using cream products for the rest of the skin, I'm just going to set under my eyes so that I don't get any creasing. And then we'll do the other cream products and then finish up with setting the rest of the face after. All right, so now I'm gonna do some bronzing and contouring. So this is just the foundation starting out. I'm gonna go in with the Face Trace Cream Contour Stick. There are 2 shades available. This retails for $48, so $20 less than the foundation, and contains 0.21 ounce or 6 grams of product. I picked up the shade Truffle, which is described as a rich mocha. For this one, it says it's a clean, creamy contour stick with a blendable natural satin finish that sculpts and defines cheekbones in an instant. It says, this foolproof contour stick glides on for intuitive trace and blend cheekbones, eyelids, and jawlines. Cool taupe undertones give a natural sculpting effect that won't interfere with makeup, while the soothing formulation protects against environmental stressors. It has jojoba seed oil to improve hydration and strengthen skin's moisture barrier. It also has the berry flux vita ingredient as well, which helps to boost hydration and provides youth preserving properties, and also kaolin clay, which absorbs excess oil and helps the formula stay in place. I am going to go ahead and apply this to the bridge of my nose for a contour. This shade actually works really well for a contour shade on my nose because it's a subtle cool tone brown. It's not too intense, and I'll apply a little bit of that also on my jawline area since we're doing all of it, right? And to blend this product out, I'm gonna go in with my Buffing Bronzer brush now from Anissa Beauty. This again is the perfect Buffing Bronzer brush for cream products, so I love using it to blend out bronzers. So I'm going to go ahead and just blend this product upward on my jawline to give a little bit of sculpt. Now, I don't think this color is gonna give me a lot of definition, but it gives me a little bit of shadowing, if you can see, and the color isn't too gray. I'm also going to use this to blend out the edge of that color on my nose bridge. And this brush is a little bit too large, so let's go back in with the concealer brush just to go around the product. And you see it gives a little bit of shadowing to my nose, gives a little bit of definition, but it's not a loud color. It works really well for contouring, just little areas that you want a little shadow in, but not too much. And remember, we do have the deeper shade of foundation, so I'm actually going to apply this a little bit to my hairline area, and a little bit because we do have a bronzer shade. Now you can see this color is just slightly deeper than my skin tone. And we'll go back in with the bronzer brush. This is just slightly deeper. It'll give us a little bit of dimension without being too overwhelming. And again, this product blends really nicely and it's creating a little bit of added warmth on my hairline already. That's nice. All right, so with that being said, let me zoom in so you can see around my nose. Again, the product is very lightweight, blended really easily. The formulation feels just like the foundation stick. Now let's go ahead and grab the bronzer. So this is the Beauty Butter Powder Bronzer. It retails for $75 and contains 0.28 ounce of product or 8 grams. And it's available in 2 shades. The shade that I picked up is Soleil Riche, which is the deeper of the 2 shades. And it's described as a rich chocolate. This product says it's a clean velvety matte bronzer that leaves skin looking healthy, natural, and authentically bronzed. It also says Beauty Butter Powder Bronzer is designed to deliver a just-in from the beach kiss of color. A buttery blend of nourishing ingredients helps boost hydration and defend against environmental stressors, while rich and naturally flattering terracotta tones creates an authentic bronze for a weightless second skin shimmer-free application. The highlighted ingredients are Kapuasu butter, which helps boost hydration. I've seen that ingredient before. Cocoa seed butter, which nourishes and helps lock in moisture. And mango seed butter, which helps restore and preserve skin moisture barrier. So this is a powder formulation with a matte finish, so there's no shimmer or sheen in this. And for this application, I'm gonna use this 101 brush from BK Beauty. It's an angled synthetic brush. You can use it for different products, but I think it will work great for a bronzer application. And it's a medium-sized brush, so I can go in and get a little bit more of a precise application. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up the product on the brush, and I'll apply it just on my hairline area. Oh, that is a pretty color. So it's not orange at all, because when it said terracotta, I'm like, terracotta, It's more of a cocoa brown. It looks like milk chocolate, in fact. And it, ooh, yes. That is applying really well. It's a very subtle color though, but it's really beautiful on my skin. I'm also gonna apply it where I applied the contour. It doesn't feel dry. It's not applying in like a matte fashion where you'd be like, oh, that looks a little bit dry on the skin. It's applying in a very creamy way, like a butter powder. I think they're describing it really well. Oh, yes. I am liking this. Now, this is very subtle and this is the deeper of the 2 shades. So can the shade range be expanded? Absolutely. Can they do better? Absolutely. But for my complexion, I think it's a nice subtle bronzer. If you wanted something a little bit more intense, it wouldn't be for you. But this color, it's a neutral leaning caramel cocoa brown. And I think it looks really pretty on the skin. All right, let's move on to blush. So this is the Baby Cheeks blush stick. It retails for $48 and contains the same amount of product as the contour stick, which is 0.21 ounce or 6 grams. It is available in 6 different shades, and I picked up the shade Poppet, which is described as a poppy pink. This says it's a clean, baby fresh color for cheeks, lips, and lids with a hydrating finish that complements all skin types. It also says infuse skin with a naturally effervescent flush of color in one easy-to-use swipe. The creamy texture melts onto the skin and is formulated with skin-soothing ingredients that work to balance moisture. Discover 6 lustrous shades to mix and match according to your mood. It has Berry Flux Vita again as one of the highlighted ingredients, which boosts hydration and helps to preserve youthful looking skin. Jojoba seed oil, which improves hydration and strengthens skin's moisture barrier. And this one also has Vitus Vita fruit extract, which firms and boosts moisture. So you can use this on the cheeks, on the eyelids, and on the lips. We're gonna use it on the cheeks today, so I'm just gonna swipe that onto my cheeks, and I think the color will go well with our eyeshadow look, which is kind of why I did this eyeshadow look for this demonstration. And for this, we'll go in with another BK Beauty brush. This is the 106. It's just a small domed synthetic brush, and I'm just going to lightly pounce over the cheeks and blend this color out. It's blending out easily, but it's leaving behind pigmentation. I like that. So I'm gonna apply this like a baby doll. So I'm gonna concentrate it mainly on like the apples of my cheeks and blend it upwards in a draping fashion, but I'm not going all the way up or all the way back. I'm just leaving it right on the apples. That is actually a really pretty color. It's leaving behind more of a satin matte finish. It's not glowy at all, which I like because I have oily skin, so I don't like glowy blushes. I prefer them to have a little bit more of a skin type finish, which this is really pretty. It's not a richly pigmented product, so you can definitely share it out, but it looks like you can build it up as well because that color built up pretty nicely. That is a pretty color. This is like a raspberry pink shade, and I am liking that. All right, time for the highlighter. So we have the super loaded tinted cream highlighter. This retails for $75. Okay, excuse me. There are 3 shades available, and it contains 0.14 ounce or 4 grams of product for $75. That is a lot, okay? I picked up the shade Peau de Peche, which is described as a soft pearlized bronze suede. This product says it's a clean, award-winning, multi-purpose cream highlighter that gives skin a luminous glow in 3 universal shades. It's called super loaded for a reason. With skin nourishing ingredients and treatment benefits, this multi-purpose highlighter delivers a beautiful boost of glowing clean color. It has hyaluronic acid, which boosts moisture, jojoba seed oil again, which improves hydration and strengthens skin moisture barrier, and caper extract, which helps soothe, calm, and reduce the appearance of redness. So this has a radiant finish, and it is a cream formulation. For this application, I'm going to go in with the Sonia G Mini Base Brush from the Fusion series. And I'm just going to grab some of that on the brush, and I'm going to apply it to my cheeks. Now, I don't know how intensely this color, oh, okay now. So I was a little bit afraid of what this color would do, but it's given me a very natural glow. Oh my God, that is so pretty. That is such a stunning color. It's not a high shine like foiled finish. That's what I was afraid of. I was like, oh God, here we go. I mean, I should come to expect this because Westman Atelier is more of a luxury brand. So with luxury highlighters, they tend to go for a very lit from within natural glow. And this is giving, oh my gosh. That is so pretty. So now you can see what the blush and highlight looks like. It didn't pick up the blush, but it definitely layered over it to give me a beautiful glow. Oh my goodness, my cheeks look so radiant, but in a healthy way. They don't look greasy or any, oh my God, that is so stunning. I almost don't want to go in with the next product, which is also a highlight product. So this is the Light Up Highlight Stick. It retails for $48. So this is much cheaper than the cream highlight, but so far I am in love with this. And this is also available in 3 colors and contains 0.17 ounce of product or 5 grams. The shade I picked up is Brûlée, which is described as a glassy bronze gold. This one is described as a clean multitasking highlighter with a translucent, flattering balm formula that imparts skin with fresh, radiant, visible clarity anywhere you choose. The coverage is light, and it says that you can get that just had a facial glow in one swipe. Flattering iridescent undertones and skin firming moisture boosting ingredients leave a dewy, glassy, unforgettable finish on the skin. Swipe this highlighter across your cheeks, brow bones, bridge of nose, cupid's bow, lips, décolleté. This product mimics the clean, clear, impossibly fresh skin effect. So the highlighted ingredients: Vitus Vita fruit extract, again, visibly firms the skin and boosts moisture. Special effect pigments create a lustrous opalescent effect, and Ayurvedic oil blend soothes, cushions, and supports skin's moisture barrier. This one has me a little bit apprehensive because I'm like, ooh, is it gonna be just too much? So I'm going to apply it on the Cupid's bow like they mentioned. That is a gloss. I am nervous to apply that anywhere else on my skin. I'm not going to use a brush or swipe this on. I'm gonna pick this up on my finger. It is a oily balm, and I'm just gonna tap that on the outer part of my eye and bring it around to my eyebrow and the tops of my cheeks. Ooh, okay. Definitely glowy, not as intense as I was expecting. So it's not as greasy as I thought initially, because it made me very nervous. But ooh, that is pretty too. So this is a little bit more intense than the pressed cream highlighter. This one is a little bit more glossy. It feels like a oily balm, but as you apply it and blend it out, it actually dries down just a little bit. I'll see if it dries down completely, but it isn't as greasy as I was expecting. That is stunning. I don't think I'm gonna do much more with that, but it doesn't impart any color. It is definitely more on the translucent side, and I can appreciate that. So it doesn't dry down completely. It doesn't feel greasy or tacky, but it definitely leaves a little bit of a hydrated feel to the cheeks. That is not as bad as I expected. I do like that as well. Okay, now on the lips, you can definitely see. Okay, all right. Now I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face. I'm gonna apply a lip, finish up my eyes, and I will be right back to wrap up with my final thoughts on all these products. All right, so I finished up my eyes, finished up the lips, and I'm going to go in with just a touch of powder on the center of my face. I'm using the same Kosas powder, but I'm not going to apply the powder everywhere, just in my T-zone where I tend to get a little bit greasy, but everything else, fantastic. You know what? Even though I have this fuchsia lip on, I kind of want to try the blush stick on the lips, so let me get this off. And we're gonna go ahead and apply the blush stick to the lips. Now it's a little bit awkward because the stick is larger, but it's gliding on pretty easily, pretty nicely. It feels very emollient. It doesn't feel dry at all on the lips. And I actually like how that applied. It's a very subtle color though. This I would reserve for my cheeks and not so much for my lips, but it's still a pretty color. I'm gonna go back in with the lip that I was wearing before, which is from Pat McGrath. All right, so now here you have it. The look is completely done, and now I can jump into my final thoughts on all these products. And I'll just quickly mention the packaging, which I think is very sleek, very elegant, very well done. Everything comes in basic, elegant cardboard packaging that is in this millennial pink with gold writing, and you have the ingredient details on the boxes as well as sizing information. And then each of the products come in these very sleek, very simple component designs that fit a very clean aesthetic, so they're not loud and gaudy, but they all still have this luxurious feel to them, from the weight of the components to the sleek edges and the little details that are added. So for the foundation, it is in a twist up tube. It's a stick foundation after all. And this is a little bit different from regular twist up foundations. So the cap pops off and the foundation is right here. The cap is very heavy, it's magnetized, and you just twist up the product. Inside you have like silver and gold accents, and the tube just feels very balanced in the hands when you're applying it. So I do like the packaging quite a bit. The blush is also in a similar packaging. It's just a little bit shorter because it has less product. Inside you still have the silver and gold accents, and you just twist up the product again. The Trace Contour Stick, similar packaging again, except this is a matte black. So the foundation is a millennial pink. The blush is a muted light, almost like cement gray. Then we have the contour stick, which is a matte black. Again, inside, same kind of design. On the bottom of each of these, we have a clear label with the product information, sizing, manufacturing details, and of course the name of the product. And then the tinted highlight and the powder bronzer are in these beautiful weighted compacts. They're so heavy. With the highlighter, which I thought was interesting, the highlighter is in the matte black packaging that kind of coordinates with the contour. I mean, I guess that makes sense now that I think about it that way. They have a little mirror in the lid, and these are just so beautiful and elegantly designed. The only issue is I have a little bit of trouble opening it because it's a little bit tricky to grab the lip just so. But I mean, it opens up just fine, and I mean weighty. As for the bronzer, it comes in a beautiful gold that goes with the highlight stick. So these coordinate, which again, I guess makes sense. Like the products that go together are in similar colored packaging. And this one is a little bit easier to open and beautiful. The bronzer has little hearts on it. I think this is so beautiful and so elegant. Again, everything just looks really sophisticated, and it has that luxurious feel, even though it's not overly gaudy or like ostentatious. Now, all of these products are made in Italy, and the cream products all have an 18-month shelf life, as well as the cream highlighter. This is the tinted highlighter. The powder bronzer, though, does have a 24-month shelf life. And I'm pretty impressed with that 18-month shelf life, considering that these are cream products and they're more of a clean formulation. The preservatives that tend to lend towards a longer shelf life tend to be excluded from the clean ingredient list. So I am very impressed that these have an 18-month shelf life. All right, now that I've given you an overview of the packaging and what I think of the overall aesthetic, let's go ahead and jump into each individual product. Now, I'm gonna preface this with a caveat about the price point. This is a luxury brand, okay? They are luxury products with a luxury price point. I don't expect that most people will be interested in trying out these products, okay? If this is outside of your budget, don't even think about it. Don't consider it. If this is something that you want to splurge on, feel free. Don't feel guilty about that at all. So I just have to get that out the way. I cannot justify any of these prices. It's up to you to decide if any of these products spark your interest and are worth it to you to pick up, all right? So I'm not even gonna get into the price point at all. I'm not gonna dig into that. That is up to you to decide if any of these products are worth it. I'm simply going to speak about the performance and what I think about these for my skin type, my skin color, and what I like from products. All right. Starting off with the foundation. This is, again, the Vital Skin Foundation. I got the shade Atelier XI and Atelier XII. And I really like this. I like this a lot more than I expected to. And I've tried a few stick foundations and I've never quite fallen in love with one until now. This glides onto the skin so well. It's not too creamy. So I have oily skin, right? Oily combination. Sometimes there's a little bit of normal spots like under my eyes. But this glides on so well. I barely powdered, okay? I powdered under my eyes and I powdered my T-zone. But this is not looking greasy or oily on my skin. My skin looks so healthy and I'm just like, woo! It's not glowy. It's not dewy. It's just like my skin, but better. It's just this really natural finish that looks amazing. I can't see the product on my skin. It hasn't gotten cakey. It hasn't settled into lines. I do have a little bit of greasiness around my nose that I can blend out easily. No foundation ever holds up to that. But I mean, it doesn't look cakey at all. It hasn't settled into any lines. I need you guys to see my skin, okay? I need you to see what's happening. Do you guys see this? There's no settling in my lines. It looks like beautiful skin. There's no settling in my smile lines where I usually get some settling. And I layered this product up pretty decently. Like I put on a good amount of product. It just applied, blended, just butter. It felt like butter on my skin, and it doesn't feel tight. It doesn't feel heavy. I don't feel it on my skin, but it doesn't feel like ultra lightweight, right? It's not like a serum foundation, but I really love how comfortable this feels, and it dries down. It's not sticky, but you do have some transfer. So I wouldn't say this is transfer free. They didn't say that either. They didn't indicate that. So just be mindful of that. But it doesn't transfer as bad as like the Kat Von D cream foundation. This just, it applied so well. I love this so much, and it works well as a concealer under the eyes, as well as like more of a contour shade because the number 12 shade is a deeper shade. And I think both shades would work well on me. The undertones, spectacular. I'm just like, I'm really blown away by the foundation. I am so happy that I'm trying this out. I don't know, it has the same sizing as other cream foundation or stick foundations, I should say, on the market. So I'm not surprised by the sizing, just the price point, again, that's up to you. And I do think they have a pretty decent shade range as well. Can they go deeper? Sure. Can they go lighter? Sure. But I think they have a decent range that spans the gamut of skin tones. And because the formulation is not heavy or full coverage, I feel like the shades can kind of cross over a variety of skin tones. So if you find a shade that works for you, I think this is worth checking out. Now let's go ahead and talk about the Face Trace Contour Stick. I really like it for a nose contour. As a jawline contour, not necessarily, because the two shades are available are not sufficient. This is where they can expand their shade range. It works out fine for me. So if you're just looking for a subtle contour, you're my complexion, it works. If you're deeper than me, forget about it. Not gonna work, not worth it. If you're lighter, sure, whatever, good for you. But it's not deep enough for deeper, richer skin tones. It works well as a contour shade for me, and I've used it quite a bit to contour my nose. If I just want to give a little bit of dimension, but I don't want to carve out my nose, it works really well. Is this one that I think is a must-have? No, because you can find other contour sticks that are cheaper that will achieve the same thing, but I do like to have this. Now, moving on to the Baby Cheeks Blush Stick. I like this as well. It applied really well, it blended out really nicely, and for a cream blush, the pigmentation is actually holding on, and considering that I layered it with a cream highlight, I can still see color on my cheeks, and not a lot of cream blushes hold up on my cheeks. So when I find a formulation that works, I'm kind of like, I like that, and I'm gonna keep it. Because I have tried so many different cream blushes, and a lot of them from the drugstore and like lower end brands don't quite hold up on my cheeks. They don't quite hold the pigmentation. They're not the best. So this one works really well. I like the color that I picked up, and I like the application. I like how blendable it is. All the cream products blend pretty nicely, and it looks really good on the cheeks. Do I say run out and get this? Not necessarily, but it's actually a nice one. Would I repurchase this or get a couple more shades? No, but I do like this for what it's worth. Now, moving on to the bronzer. I really like this. They have only two shades available, and I have the deeper shade. Now, come on, what the hell are you doing? I am sick of that. Expand your shade range. That is trash. And this is pricey as hell. It's $75. Can you imagine? And you don't get that much product. But the formulation, stunning. Butter, I mean, come on, look at this. It's a beautiful creamy finish. It kind of blurs the skin. It's a beautiful color. It's a stunning color on my skin tone. This is the kind of bronzer shade that I like, that I love, that has a bit of warmth to it. It's not orange, it's not red, it's just a warm caramel brown, and it gives me a little bit of shading as well. I really, really like this a lot. I am hoping that they expand the shade range because this is a nice formulation. It applies so well. It's a powder, but it feels like a cream, but it's not so heavy like a cream. It's like really seamless, really lightweight, really flawless. I really love this. I love how it applies. I love how it blends out. It just works really well, and I'm very happy to have this, and I would repurchase this one, but I think their shade range is trash. But the formulation, stunning. The color, if you like a subtle bronzer and you're my complexion, this might be the one. I mean, come on, this might be the one for you. All right, we're down to the highlight products. So we have the cream highlight, $75 again, and then the stick highlight. All right, these are different products, but they kind of give a similar effect. Like, look at this glow on my skin right now. I've mentioned this before, I don't like to shine to the heavens. I hate a bright highlighter. Like, do not do that to me. I'm not interested. But this glow, like, look, this healthy skin, get into it. Can you even right now? What? This is so beautiful. So the super loaded tinted highlight, this is so pretty, and they have a couple more shades to choose from. This is a very subtle highlight. I think this will look amazing on deeper skin tones. It looks great on me. It's like a creamy tan shade. It's not glittery, it's not shimmery, it's just a beautiful lit from within glow. And it's more of a skin tone shade, so it's not gonna be like yellow gold or champagne or looking crazy. It just looks like my skin, and it looks like healthy skin, and I am so in love with this. I was a little bit apprehensive. I was like, $75 for a highlighter, who you talking to? And then I got it and I'm like, I see you and I like you. And it dries down pretty well. It's not completely transfer proof. It's not completely dried down, but it sets pretty nicely. It doesn't leave behind a sticky tacky feel, which I like, and it looks good. It didn't lift the product under it, and it just looks so good. I can't get over how good it looks. I'm just hoping it translates on camera. Okay, moving on to the last product, which is the Lit Up Highlight Stick. This guy, I was also apprehensive about because it's a balm, and I'm like, glossy balm, I cannot, okay? Now, I have a few glossy products that are meant to highlight the skin, but are more of a glossy feel. So like we have the Becca one. I also have one of the glosses from Makeup by Mario. And I've been getting into those because I really like how lit from within they look. This one beats all of those. This one, I think, oh God, if you want a glossy balm and you've been searching for one that doesn't lift the product off your face, doesn't stay sticky and tacky and just like, this might be the one for you guys. I am just saying, this is so pretty. It glides onto the skin really nicely, and it sets down enough. It's not a tacky finish. It doesn't feel sticky. It's not glossy like some of those face glosses. It actually dries down but still retains that sheen, that gloss, and I am loving that. On the lips, it does look like a gloss though. Like it looked like a sheen on my lips. In fact, let me put a little bit more on my lips just to see, because I wiped it off. But it does definitely look like a gloss on the lips. Like, look at that, right? It added that little bit of oomph, but on the cheeks, it dries down without being tacky at all. It's not a powdery finish. It doesn't dry down to like a matte finish, right? But it's not sticky. My hair is not sticking to it, and I'm liking this. I am liking this a lot. If you were ever looking for a glossy highlight and you never quite found one that works, this works. So, this was a long video. That was a lot of information. I tested out a ton of products, but I wanted to get this video out there. I wanted to try out the brand in case you were interested. I know not everybody is gonna break the bank and try out some of these luxury end products, and that's what I'm here for, to try them out for you guys and let you know which ones might be worth checking out. I definitely think, again, the foundation, butter, the bronzer, butter, if you can find your shade, if this shade works for you. Otherwise, like, don't even bother. The highlights, whoo, they work. I think you can do without the blush and the contour stick. Like, these are not must-haves, but other than that, I am loving this line. I am loving the products. Child, I am happy that you guys asked me to test this out. Maybe it's just one person that asked me to test it out, but I am happy for you. Thank you so much, because I wouldn't have tested out this line otherwise. So thank you for asking me to try it out, because I found some really great products that I really am happy that I now have in my collection. I'm gonna go ahead and leave links to all the products down below and where you can pick them up. If there's an asterisk next to those links, which there will be because I will link through Sephora, then that means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. It's a great way to show your support. Doesn't change the sale price, it doesn't change the retail price, it just gives me a small kickback for you using my links. So I would appreciate if you use my links. If you're buying a product that I recommend, feel free to show your support that way. But if you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop, no muss, no fuss. I'm still happy you're here watching. But you know, show your support. It's just a little way to show your support. And there's another way you can show your support. You can buy me a coffee. I have a link below to buy me a coffee. So if you wanted to give me a little treat, you're like, girl, you look thirsty, have a drink on me, feel free to use the link below. And I will also link you guys to my Instagram and Twitter, where you can follow me along. And until my next video, which will be very soon, thank you guys so much for watching. And oh, I already said I'll see you soon. Bye guys.